Hello friends, Mermaid Megan here today. It is day 16 of Vlogmas and you're in for a wild ride because we are doing a try-on tour of my entire mermaid closet. So this room looks kind of nuts right now. What I think I'm gonna do is just go through and try everything on and tell you about it as I'm wearing it. I think that's probably going to be the best thing for my sanity. And I will put some pictures and videos on screen because there's some things like my tails that I'm just not going to be able to get fully in shot. And so I think it's just going to be better if you can see a picture of it in action. Rocky is walking around sniffing at everything because literally the entire floor is covered in all of my mermaid stuff. I'll show you guys a clip in a second. And I have everything laid out by what goes with what and different kind of outfits that I want to pair together. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, we're gonna start with Monofins. This is the Fantasy Fin 3 by Mertailor. 3 of my tails are for this Monofin. It is solid medical grade silicone, so it's very, very floppy, but it's also very, very heavy. I love this thing in the water. It is a pain in the butt for dry events. Oh my goodness, it is obnoxious. Gorgeous in the water, love it. Obnoxious on dry land. It is by far the most comfortable Monofin I have ever worn though, so it does get some points for that because I have very high arches and so I literally can't wear like a mahina. And I run into issues with blistering on the top of my feet with a lot of fins, and this fin has never given me any issues. This is so comfortable. It just might snap your ankles if you're trying to move around on dry land. And this is the Mermaid Linden Monofin by Body Glove. This is the one that I use with my finfolk tail, and this is also one that I recommend for beginners. It's really comfortable as well, but it's also nice and lightweight. It has lots of propulsion and it fits in a lot of tail shapes. You have everything from the Mertailor Guppies and Finfolk Discovery tails to actual like Finfolk tails with the vinyl inserts that you can wear with this. So this tail is the Mertailor Emerald Princess Whimsy for the Fantasy Fin 3. That is a long title. I will put an actual picture up here so you guys can see what the rest of it looks like. But this is my favorite aerial tail on the market. I think the coloring is just perfect. The fluke shape is right. And this was my first big girl mermaid tail. Up until this, I had only had homemade tails. And when I was not using the terrible middle school one, if you watched that video a little while back, I did try one with a mahina. It was awful. It chewed up my feet. It is not a good fin for me. But this was my first big girl mermaid tail. And then this top is my Mermaid Carol Idol. This one is one of a kind. You guys know I'm obsessed with my Mermaid Carol silicone tops. I think they're so comfortable. They match with so many things. I've worn this top with the Abalone as well as with my Treasure Coast. They're just so versatile. They do fit a range of sizes, but not all sizes, but I love them. They're my favorite tops to swim in. I call this my like fancy Ariel top because it reminds me of the top that she wears in the Festival of Fantasy Parade in the parks. And it's lavender and pearl and just so beautiful. I love it. And then this necklace my mom got for me at an art fair, and I have no idea who made it, but it's got all of these beautiful natural pearls and shell pieces, and I love it. I think it's so mermaidy and beautiful. Okay, up next is one of my self-made seasonal holiday tops, and we're starting a little series of these right now. This is my Mardi Gras top. It is made all out of Mardi Gras beads, and I specially made it for a Mardi Gras event we did last year at the Oklahoma Aquarium. I'm not gonna lie to you, I did not put it on right because it is a pain in the butt and it requires the help of another person. So this is what it looks like if I put it on right. And then the circlet that I should have pinned in was from a Renaissance festival several years back. I don't remember the shop or even what Renaissance, I think it might have been the Castle Muskogee Oklahoma Renaissance Festival, but I'm not sure. But it's green, it has gems and silver and green wire work. And here's another seasonal top. This is my autumn leaves top. It has netting for the straps, and I made this one last year to do an autumn photo shoot with the Emerald Princess. But sadly, by the time all the leaves had changed, it was way too cold. So I did a photo shoot earlier in the season and everything was still pretty green. But I do like this top. I think it's pretty and it's fun as a seasonal piece. Okay, and this is another self-made top. This is my poinsettia Christmas top. And I also made this crown to go with it. It's a lot. And I also have to stay very up straight, because if I bend too much, it does like to fall over. I should probably add some combs to it. This one is not swimmable. This one is just for dry events. But last year I did a snow shoot and a like downtown Christmas lights shoot with this ensemble, and it was so much fun. Last things for the Emerald Princess, I'm going to honorable mention a couple Ariel tops that I made that I no longer can wear. Basically, you know the joke of, oh, why does Ariel wear seashells? Because bee shells, ... Well, these are A and B shells, and I can't wear A and B shells anymore. So up first is this one I just keep because of nostalgia. I do think it's really pretty. This one, believe it or not, was made from Crayola air dry clay. It is also not swimmable. This was for cosplay and for princess parties for dry events. But I did love this top. I was so proud of it, but it is so small. And then this one is one of my only real shell tops. I made this one about 2.5 years ago, and it's got flower petals sewn all around it, and it's really beautiful. Again, it's just not super family friendly when I wear it, but I kind of hold on to it for nostalgia because this was one of like the first real mermaid tops that I made for myself, so I like to have it as kind of a memory. Okay, this one I have to sit completely straight, otherwise this crown is going to fall. Up next is the Abalone. I'll put her over here so you guys can see what the tail looks like. And up first we have my Ice Queen ensemble. I made this one as well. This top is fabric with rhinestones and pearls on it. It is dry only. It might survive like one swim, but I really don't think that this top would survive well swimming all the time. And I have a crystal mermaid glass necklace that I made with it as well. And then this crazy crown, it needs a little love. But this one obviously is looks only, super dry only, could not go even near the water. This one I did for Christmas shoots and snow shoots last year, and I'm obsessed with how the photos turned out, but it was a giant pain, especially in the snow, because it was freezing, and if I slouched at all, the crown was falling off. It was nuts. Okay, this top is a real shell top. It is my only other real shell top besides the one that I showed with the Emerald Princess, and I have retired this one. It was starting to show its age and the paint was chipping, but it was made for me by Mermaid Madison, I think a couple years ago. And I forgot how pretty it is. I really do like it. It's just not really in good enough shape for me to wear to events, and definitely not for swimming anymore. I added the blue fishnet because it was kind of stretching out and gapping, and that was a no-go for performances. But yeah, I actually really think the colors on this are really pretty. I kind of forgot about it because I hadn't worn it in a while. Next up is this starfish top. This one is, I guess, kind of a collaboration. I ordered the silicone starfish from Northern Neck Mermaid, and then I put them on the bra base and added fishnet straps and some greenery to help cover. I'm a little outside of the size range that she really recommends for the starfish tops, and I definitely agree. I don't think that I could get away with one of the starfish tops with mesh straps, a la like my Carol tops. But I do love this top. It is just a little heavy for dry events because the starfish are pretty thick, so I usually only wear this one for swimming. All right, last up, with the Abalone is another Carol top. This one is actually my newest from her. It is the Exciting in the colorway Berry Nice. It was one of the winter of 22 releases just recently. This is the largest sculpt that she currently has out, and it is super comfortable, great coverage. I love it. I think it is gorgeous with this tail, and it also goes really nicely with the Treasure Coast. And then this necklace is another one that I made with abalone pieces and mermaid glass and some other glass beads. And then this crown with also abalone pieces is by VLOGMAS Accessories. That is a woman-owned small business, and it is the first of 3 pieces that I have from her. I think it is absolutely gorgeous. I should have pinned it in because I'm leaning forward to look at it too much, but it matches perfectly with so much of my mermaid stuff, and it is so beautiful. Okay, next we have the Mermaid Treasure Coast over here if you want to see the whole thing. This is my 3rd Mermaid tail. I got it used for a bargain. It was already in pretty rough shape, and I have put it through the ringer since. I kind of use this as my beater tail if I know I'm gonna be somewhere that's really dirty for a photo shoot. Like, I've taken it to a creek that has Oklahoma red dirt, which is notoriously difficult to get out, or just swim practice in a pool that I know is concrete and really rough. So this is kind of my beater. It has been through the ringer, but still going strong, and I do love the colors. I was surprised by how much I enjoy the pink, but I do love it. This is my Mermaid Carol Glam top. This was my 2nd top from her. It is like the OG Ariel sculpt of hers, and I really love this one too. This one matches basically everything, I feel like. And then we have my octopus top. Has mermaid glass as well, and an octopus for the centerpiece. I always forget how cute this necklace is. It's a little shorter than what I usually wear, but it's kind of cute. I like it. I always forget about it and don't wear it. Oh, I'm so glad I'm doing this video. Okay, next we have one of my Finfolk Carol Mythic Scale tops that I made. This one has, oh shoot, rose gold, and I want to say like coral or something was the other color, but it actually reflects a lot of green as well. That's one of the things I love about these tops, is that they are super versatile. They reflect a ton of different colors, and so you can wear them with lots of different things. This one is on a plunge bra. It was a pain in the butt. I didn't realize there was boning going up into the cups, and so I had to sew it in a super weird way. I don't know if I would sew another top on this sort of bra because it was a pain. But for this one, I do think it was worth it. It is super gorgeous, and I always get lots of compliments on it when I wear it for events. Some of that may be creepy men, but I do think it's just kind of a showstopper, and it's a unique shape that a lot of people haven't seen. Okay, the last top for the Treasure Coast is another semi one-of-a-kind Mermaid Carol top. This is a sunrise shell in size medium that had some production defects, and so she cut it and put mesh in the middle. It's, I think, blue purple or purple blue was the name of the color, but it's from a little while back. I love this one. I will say if I get another sunrise shell top, I'm definitely going to get the large size, because this is, I think, about as little coverage as I could get away with for events. It is, especially with the mesh in the middle, it is a little more showy than I normally do, especially on the sides. But other than that, it's super comfortable, and it matches a ton of my tails, and I really do love it, especially with it being a little more unique. I've gotten a lot of compliments on this one, and I think it's really cool looking. We have another necklace that I made with abalone and some mermaid glass, and this one is actually 2 separate necklaces, so I can wear them as single strands or clip them together. And then we have a VLOGMAS Accessories headband, and this one matches with the crown, so it's all of the same beads, it just doesn't have the abalone pieces. All right, we've made it to the last tail on the 2022 Mermaid Closet tour. It is the Jewel of Jupiter by Finfolk Productions, right here. And this tail, this is our pod tail. All 4 of us have this tail, so we can wear it matching for events, and it just looks so nice. It was a couple things I said that I would never do. I really loved my silicone Monofin before this, and I said I don't want to mess with vinyl. I'd swam in vinyl a couple times borrowing other people's tail and not had the best experience, but there's kind of some other extenuating circumstances those times. So I fell in love with this tail and went ahead and got it. Oh, the other thing, I said I would never do an orange tail, but this one is so coppery and I was like, okay, as a redhead, I kind of gotta do the copper thing. And I fell in love with it. It is so comfortable. It has changed my life for dry events. I love the vinyl for dry so much that I actually made a vinyl for my Mertailor tails so that if I'm doing a dry event in them, I can wear the vinyl and not snap my ankles off trying to move or not torque my knees if my fins are hanging off of something. And honestly now, after practicing swimming in it, it's super comfortable and I don't notice as much of a difference. So with the Jewel of Jupiter, we have up first another Finfolk Carol Mythic scale top that I made. This one is, I think the color Bimini, and it has some fishnet that I added along. This one was a lot easier to make than the other one. I learned a lot of things along the way and I was able to make it more comfortable, and I think it came out better, and it definitely came out faster and with less frustration on my end. Okay, next we have my Carol Seaweed. This is the colorway Teal, and in person it is a perfect match for these aqua stripes on this tail. The camera often picks them up slightly different, but in person they match perfectly. This top is super comfortable. It's another slightly larger sculpt, but it's really comfy and I really like the look of the seaweed kind of just floating up. It's very natural mermaid. I also really love a seaweed top in green because I feel like you can wear it with just about anything, even if it doesn't actually match the colors, because it's more of a natural, like, I gathered things to make my own top kind of a vibe than like a seashell top that's in a really bright color. And last top in my closet tour, we're going all out. This is the Scallop by Mermaid Carol in Aquamarine. And this was a top that I was a little bit nervous about. It is, I think, a slightly smaller sculpt, and so I was worried about kind of feeling exposed up top, but it actually fits really beautifully. And I love this colorway. It reminds me of like an ocean wave. It's got kind of a golden color down here like sand, and then it goes from a deeper turquoise all the way up to this seafoamy white, and it just reminds me of ocean waves, and I think it's so beautiful. We have another necklace I made with abalone. Are you sensing a trend here? And again, mermaid glass beads and some pearls. And then my last Belex Accessories headband. This one is blue and green, and this one honestly I think would match any of my tails. But I love these. They're super comfortable and lightweight too. Like, you would think with this many beads it would be really heavy, and I'm pretty sensitive to headbands. I get headaches kind of easily, and I get like those sore spots behind my ears, but I've never had a problem with her headbands. We're gonna give one last honorable mention to these two OG Finfolk neoprene tops. They are in need of some repairs, and I don't wear them anymore because I don't particularly love the triangle bikini shape, but they're also here and I figured we would include them. Thank you so much for joining me for today's 2022 Mermaid Closet Tour Try-On Extravaganza for Vlogmas. If you enjoyed the video, please remember to subscribe to my channel to see more mermaid adventures and Vlogmas content. Like and comment on this video. Tell me who your favorite mermaid tail and mermaid top makers are, and I will see you all next time. Bye!